The most common questions a tarot reader encounters are about how a current situation will develop going forward. So, it's important to interpret the cards in a way that encourages people to take responsibility for their future. Some people think a tarot reading is all about seeing into an inevitable, predestined future. They tend to ask closed questions with only yes or no answers. Typical examples are, will I ever find true love? Will I win the lottery? Or will I be offered the job of my dreams? Behind questions like these lies a serious misconception that the future is fixed and unchangeable. However, this is not true. If the cards seem to predict a windfall, do we just wait for the money to drop into our lap? Or if they suggest a new relationship is on the horizon, should we expect love to come knocking at the door? It's easy to sit back and see what happens, but it is not necessarily the wisest choice. When exploring future outcomes, it is important to stress the role we play in influencing our own lives. Actively setting goals and working towards them gives us more control over our own existence. It allows us to shape our future, rather than leaving it to chance. With this in mind, more useful questions would be, where is this situation going to lead me, and how will it develop? Defining a situation. Tarot readers frequently use the term situation to describe events or conditions relating to one aspect of a client's life. Almost all tarot spreads that explore a situation will feature one or more cards that are used to specifically define this situation and, as such, represent the present. Often providing the core topic for the reading, the situation that's being explored can either be specific or general, as follows. A specific situation. For example, the sitter could have had a fight with his or her partner the previous evening. In this case, the situation refers to an aspect of the client's emotional life. Starting with the cause of the argument and arriving at the consequences and how it was resolved. A general situation, the client might be seeking a better understanding of what is happening at work without focusing on a specific event. In this case, the situation is general and encompasses all aspects of his or her job, from salary to colleagues to prospects. Origins of a situation. The reader needs to draw a timeline of events that is as complete as possible. For this, it's essential to look at the cards that represent the past. Analyzing what happened before the situation arose serves two purposes. Firstly, it allows you to identify the background to the current situation and its causes. Understanding the causes provides clearer insight into the present. It also serves as a lesson not to repeat a negative situation. Secondly, it allows the client to understand how the present situation has evolved from a past one. The present arises from the past, just as the future emerges from the present. The future evolves. When you come to revealing the synthesis of a reading, you should trace a line from the past, the causes of the situation, to the present, the current situation. Continue by tracing the same line from the present to the possibilities in the future, the evolution of the situation. Often, the client will have already decided how to tackle a situation, even though he or she may not be entirely sure about their choices. In this case, you can offer two or more possible futures in the synthesis. One of these will represent the evolution of a situation in which the sitter continues to act as she or he has done so far. The second, meanwhile, is a suggestion of what will happen if he or she decides to change his or her behavior or course of action. When the client doesn't know what to do, the reader can attempt to interpret the cards to give him or her guidance. You can suggest one or more directions he or she can choose from in order to begin moving towards the future in stages. In the same way a situation may have taken time to develop, its future evolution won't necessarily take place overnight. Like all transformations, it is likely to happen in a number of different stages, which can be described as follows. The immediate future represents short-term consequences. In the synthesis, the cards that show The near future tend to focus on practical outcomes. The medium-term future is the events that are likely to occur as a result of what happens in the short term. The distant future is all about the long term. Unlike the cards relating to the short term, those that explore the distant future tend to be more general and abstract. In every step towards the future, it is important to point out that the carrot can take action to influence the situation and shape it to evolve as he or she wishes. In this way, you as the reader can help him or her gain more perspective and identify his or her goals more clearly, and that's a powerful place from which to go forward. Until next time, farewell.